We have a few comical figures, I'm choosing my words carefully, who want to go outside India and seek the intervention of the outside world to have a regime change in India. Why? Because he thinks, and he has an uncle there somewhere, who's saying, no, look at what he's saying, he's actually not wrong. Arey bhai, if I ever make a statement, no uncle or aunt of mine comes to my rescue. I am viciously trolled on social media, and because I'm in politics now, I wear it as a badge of honor. So I think people who go outside India and criticize and seek the intervention, I'm using it within quotes, of an outside government ought to be ashamed of themselves.
I think this is the longest I've had an interview talk about someone without naming them. So at least I'll frame it in my question this time. You're talking, of course, about Rahul Gandhi. He's been under fire from the BJP and the government in parliament for exactly what
I think he is going to be under fire from his own party. Let me make a prediction. When you... आप में से पंजाबी कितने हैं? साड़ी पंजाबी च कहावत हैगी है, वो गल कहंदी है तू मनु मुंह चो कड मैं तेनु शहरों कडांगी. Did you understand that?
Maybe little bit, but please.
Well, I'll translate it for you. You know, there's a little light-hearted saying in Punjabi that the spoken word says, you utter me, you speak me, and I will make sure you will have to leave the city. Some of the statements he has made are atrocious. And I think the problem is not coming from the BJP. It's coming from his own people. Some who are not saying it in public. They're telling it and say, यार ये कहाँ फंस गए? वो जो भी भारत जोड़ने की यात्रा में कोशिश की थी, वो सारी यहाँ पे यार नुकसान हो गया. पता नहीं क्या जोड़ा था, क्या नहीं जोड़ा था. But you have a problem on your hands. I must say, you have to count your assets and liabilities. As far as I'm concerned, I'm quite happy with how he's acting.
Because he's BJP's asset.
He is BJP's asset. I didn't say it. You said it.
I'm inferring from what you said.
You said it. I didn't say it. I mean, at the very least, the man has what is it called? Manoranjan value.
Okay, but let me seriously ask you. The opposition today, led by Congress Party and by Rahul Gandhi, they say that you have usurped the power of all institutions, including what's happening in Parliament. It's not functioning. Their voices are curbed down. Of course, Rajya Sabha chair has responded to that, that nobody's mics were switched off. But the larger question is, the opposition believes that there is no democracy as it used to be since BJP came to power. Why is that?
मैंने आपको पहले भी कहा कि भारत के इतिहास में एक ही सिचुएशन थी जून 1975 में जब डेमोक्रेसी को ताला मार के कहीं किसी अलमारी में बंद कर दिया था. That is June 1975. Today, democracy means press. Look at what the press is saying. My God. And because we have weak defamation laws, they get away with it. Look what social media is saying. There's no control on what social media says. You can cook up anything against anyone. And as I said, we haven't dismissed any state government. The Supreme Court is as vibrant as... I have to be careful when I use words on the Supreme Court. They're trying to run by metro system. They're trying to, legislate on other areas. Look, we are in a fascinating situation. Because Indian democracy today is the world's largest and the world's strongest, each institution under our democracy, the press, the judiciary, everybody's trying to come into his own. And they will exert themselves, but at the end of the day, the mass is wiser and more constant than the prince. The people will determine. I said in 2019, when they said, people said, 230 aayenge. We did an exercise. How many people are beneficiaries of the different schemes that the Modi government had introduced? And I think the figure was 22 crores. कितने हमारे 2019 के चुनाव में हमारे को votes मिले? 22 crores. And I'm telling you now, this is an election, this is a democratic process where the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, has succeeded in doing one very major thing. He has proved good governance is also good politics. And if these guys continue the way they are, the next election in 2024 will even leave the others. I had predicted 303 in the 2019 election. I'm on record. And I'm telling you, if they continue like this, then apart from the entertainment value, our figure will be even higher than in the 2019 election.
So how much will it be? We are 1 year ahead of 1 year away from the election.
एक साल और 2 महीने रहते हैं. मैंने कहा, if it goes on like this, look, this is an era of numbers. You can quantify the progress. I happen to be the Housing and Urban Affairs Minister, and I tell you the Congress government between 2004 and 14, in a 10-year period, their spend on the urban space, cumulative of all the Kendriya Yojanaएं सब मिला के 1,57,000 crores था. In the 8 years, because Modi ji assumed responsibility in May 2014, the scheme started in June 2015. In the 8 years, the figure now, as against that 1,57,000 crores, is 18 lakh crores. So, कहाँ उनका 10 साल में ये और हमारा उससे कितना गुना? No matter which way you look at it. Let me give you, they talk about petrol prices. On 2 occasions, 2021 नवंबर में और 2022 मई में, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने यह निर्णय लिया कि वो सेंट्रल एक्साइज जो होती है पेट्रोल और डीजल पे, उसको कम कर देंगे. और उस निर्णय के कारण 21 नवंबर 2021 और मई 2022 के पेट्रोल और डीजल का दाम 13 रुपए और 16 रुपए रिस्पेक्टिवली कम हुआ. आज स्थिति यह है मैडम कि बीजेपी रूल स्टेट और नॉन बीजेपी रूल स्टेट में 15 रुपए पर लीटर का अंतर है in the petrol prices. 15 rupees in 2 neighboring states. और ये इन्फ्लेशन की बात करते हैं. The रेवड़ी पॉलिटिक्स और लूट मचाई हुई है. And if you look at the actual facts, you will discover the difference between good governance and this thing. क्यों? Because they were not willing to reduce the VAT in their, which is a percentage charged in the state governments. So there's a difference in pricing between 15 rupees and 12 rupees between BJP states and non-BJP states.
Speaking of petroleum, you are the Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, and one of the markers of how India has grown in the world and how India's weight has grown in the world is that the government has handled the pressure that has come its way on buying Russian oil, for example, post the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and you as a minister have faced some of that resistance and some of those questions, that pressure from especially the Western countries. Do you want to share a little bit of how much pressure you faced and how you dealt with it?
Shivani ji, pehli baat to ye hai, I don't think the Modi government faces pressure within inverted commas. I've never heard of the Prime Minister being under any pressure, and I've never felt any pressure. First of all, let me lay the facts before you. India, as a sovereign country, has always exercised the right to source its energy from wherever it can at the most affordable prices. In the last few years, we've diversified the sources of energy from 27 countries to 39 countries. Till 31st March 2022, we bought only very little energy from Russia. Very little.
Yes.
About 0.2%. Why? Because obviously much cheaper to source it from your doorstep, from countries in the Gulf which are next door, or countries which are geographically more proximate. But